Hello, good people. Welcome to my channel. My name is Shelia. I am recording on Facebook and YouTube, and today I want to give you feedback on scholarships. Currently, as I've been saying, if you miss the application period, then you have to wait for the same scholarship next year. Currently, I've mentioned about the post-tech scholarship for materials engineering metallurgy degree, and I have been seeing some posts all over Instagram and other places, people reminding each other that very soon the Korea government scholarship will be rolling. So I want to show you briefly so that you get ready for this. So I've mentioned previously, if you want to look for Korea government scholarships, you use this website, studyinkorea.go.korea. So that's where you get all the information about Korea government scholarships. So I will briefly explain some things so that you can get ready for this. For Korea government scholarships, you will get full sponsorship in everything. When I say full sponsorship in everything, I mean the flight ticket is included, the allowance is enough for you to be self-sustaining throughout your studies, and yeah, that's all about the government scholarship. Anyway, we'll roll down and you can see clearly. I've talked about this website many times. If it's your first time to see it, please go to this website and study it carefully. And some people will say, I don't know where to click, how to do what. The instructions are right there clearly written. So yeah, they study in Korea, Go Korea, run by the Korean government. All the scholarships are listed right here: KGS, government scholarship, university scholarship, other scholarships, support programs for self-financed students, and other things. So now we are on the about Global Korea Scholarship. The Global Korea Scholarship, then its purpose is to provide international students with opportunities to conduct advanced studies or in undergraduate and graduate programs at higher educational institution in the Republic of Korea. And they want to promote international exchanges in education and mutual friendships between countries. So available options in universities are undergraduate courses, 4-year courses at designated universities. So for African countries, I think I haven't seen anyone coming for undergraduate degree. This is my own personal review. You can also inquire from the embassy because they know better. And I think the last time I remember people getting undergraduate degree offer by Korea government scholarship was 20 back then in 2010, 2011. These undergraduate courses, I think they give to Asian countries, if I'm not mistaken. African countries, I haven't heard anyone coming for undergraduate studies anymore because I once heard that people struggle with language, so in the end they fail to graduate within the time whatsoever. It's just a rumor, so you can verify for yourself before you start applying. You verify through the embassy. They can explain if you're eligible or not. So mostly for African countries, I know they take masters and PhD for African countries. And some countries they take, some countries they don't. So you need to verify from them. And this is the disclaimer: I don't work there. I'm just simply Shelia in Korea, sharing for culture exchange purpose only. I'm not paid by anyone. I'm not representing any institution. I'm just sharing for the passion of seeing other African people benefiting in these programs, or even Asian people or whoever is going to benefit for this scholarship. That's it for me. Um, so they are saying transferring between universities is not allowed. Like if you start your studies at another university and then go to another, you can't. When you start your course, then you have to graduate at the same school. So they say graduate courses, master's or PhD courses at general graduate schools of Korean universities. So number of participants, they say they take 220 undergraduate and 1,080 graduate students, subject to change with any change depending on budget. Yes, their budget sometimes is so strict that the number of people they take per country sometimes, yeah, I'm giving reference to our African countries. Sometimes just one person comes from Zimbabwe, or just two people come from Zimbabwe. Yeah, that's it. But other countries, they can take 4, 5 people. I don't know how they calculate their budget, but that's what I see around me. If you're watching, wherever you're watching, be it my Facebook or YouTube, can you please put a like or even share and tell other people who want to know about Korean scholarships? And if the sound is okay, just also let me know in the comment section that the sound is okay. So the number one requirement for this scholarship is that you go through Korean language training. So they teach you Korean language for 1 year at a language institution in Korean universities. Yes. So those who have attained a Korean language fluent score higher than level 5 are exempted for this requirement. Yeah. I've seen that some people in other countries, including in Zimbabwe, they can actually get Korean language training through some church programs or through some uh, language institutions in several cultural centers, or maybe through some university kind of crash program where they just teach foreign language for anyone who is interested. So sometimes some people can master the language very fast in such a way that the time they apply for their topic exam, the time they apply for the scholarship, they already have attained topic 4 or topic 5 or even topic 3, which is a big advantage. It's a very big advantage. If you think you want to study in Korea and you have time to do this language thing and you are aiming to come through this scholarship, I guarantee you that this will be beneficial to you. You kind of save time, because if you come and the time you come, you don't know Korean at all, you need to learn it from scratch, like what I did. It was really a tough time for me. That's all I can say. So yeah. So now the important part that actually made me sit here to do this live stream is this part of the timeline. As you can see, mm, the application period that we are looking at now, um like through the yeah, you see, this is undergraduate and the other part is graduate. Application procedure, they release announcement about the scholarship for undergraduate in September. So this is September this year. So for undergraduate, please check out the announcement for this scholarship for this year. And sometimes they also recommend candidates through the embassy or the designated university October, November, right? So the embassy will just say start applying, start applying. Universities also start advertising, apply, apply. So this is October, November. If you start applying now, then you get your results in January 2023. Then late February 2023, that's when you arrive in Korea. Same as graduate school. They also say the announcements is released in February, and then we are in September, so next year February, that's when they release the announcement, and then March to April in the year of planned studies in Korea. Next year, that's when they will recommend you to apply, and then results will be released in June and August. You come. So actually, people who applied last time in April, March, April are coming to Korea in. They already came in August this year. But since they say undergraduate is limited to few people, and yeah, you have to even take note of the dates. I'm sure maybe sometimes the websites are not updated, so better cross check if they really are not taking same time, September time. Are they not releasing information for graduate school? You have to cross check, because sometimes websites are not updated in time. Let me see when they last updated. Last modified January 2022, 14 January 2022. Yeah, so you have to just be careful about some information. Maybe they forgot to update this information. So you need to even ask again. And for you to get information that is reliable is through the embassy. As I have told you, I don't work there. I'm just simply Shelia in Korea. So for all undergraduates, please, September, get ready to apply. And the package is just right here. They give you airfare, resettlement allowance, living allowance, medical insurance, language courses, they cover everything. Tuition fees, they cover everything. Award for excellent Korean language proficiency, they give you. Research support, they give you. Printing costs, they give you. Completion grant, they give you. So the qualifications are all right here. Yeah, they are all right here. So both an applicant and his or her parents must be citizens of their country of origin. You should not, yeah, they actually specify you should not hold Korean citizenship. You should not. Yeah, that's why for Asian countries they cross check for that's when they do the biometric something for the documents, to really cross check if any one of your parents is Korean. If they are Korean, then they don't, you may not be eligible for that scholarship. So, yeah, good luck, good people. I will check if anyone asked anything. So, they say the limitations are age. Applicants should have adequate health, both mentally and physically, to stay in a foreign country for a long time. Yeah, this one is very important, because if you come to Korea, it's a whole new culture. You just have to be someone willing to learn Korean language, someone willing to learn new Korean culture. So it is what it is. I think it is just what it is. There's age requirement. They say you should be under 25 years of age for undergraduate. So the earlier you apply, the better. Don't finish college and say, I'll start later, The more age, the more older you become, it becomes even also challenging when it comes to languages. That's what they say. They say languages are easier to grasp if you are younger. So I actually agree on that. For graduate school, they say you should be under 40 years of age at the date of entrance for graduate school. Yeah. And you should have finished, or to be scheduled to finish, formal education of all elementary, middle, high school courses by the date of arrival. Undergraduate, yeah. I've seen many people asking if they are, when they are in grade 12, should they apply, something like that. They are saying you should have finished or be scheduled to finish formal education of all elementary, middle, high school courses by the date of arrival, uh, undergraduate. So they want GPA above 80% for graduate school, I guess. Should hold a bachelor's degree or master's degree by the date of arrival for graduate school, and applicants who have previously achieved any undergraduate program, master's degree, or other. Oh, yes, 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 yes. They say applicants who have previously achieved an undergraduate program, master's program, or doctoral program in Korea cannot apply for this program. That's what they say. But actually, in reality, I think I think I have seen some people who attained the scholarship twice. I don't know how they did it, or maybe they were the best students or whatsoever. I don't know how they did it. I know people who switched from Korea government scholarship to another scholarship. Yeah, that scenario I've seen. And yeah, it just depends. I don't know. I don't have to say much on this one because it's just something that I once heard some people say they applied and they got, or maybe it was another scholarship. I'm not too sure. But anyway, they say if you once achieved any undergraduate program or master's program in Korea, you cannot apply. They want people who have never been to Korea. That's what I can tell from there. However, a former or current KGSP scholar who hold the overall grade okay, yes, and then it makes sense, of 90% or above, and they've attained topic level 5 or higher can apply for this program and can reapply to this program once either through the embassy or university track. Yes, that's what I was referring to. I thought it was not written at all. So the procedure for the scholarship award, the NID, the Korean government will invite the Korean embassy in the invited country or domestic university to recommend potential candidates. So that's when you need to know the Korean embassy in your country. You have to know where the Korean embassy is, how to communicate with the embassy people. If they have Facebook pages, check their Facebook pages. I know the Zimbabwean embassy, the Korean embassy in Zimbabwe, they are very active on their Facebook page. So when it comes to scholarship, I remember last year I reposted. So if you're in Zimbabwe, people from Zimbabwe and Zambia and Malawi, you can use the Zimbabwean embassy. So please follow the Zimbabwean embassy, Korean embassy in Zimbabwe Facebook page. It's there on Facebook. So when the scholarship is open, they actually post. They post last year. They post everything. So in Malawi, Zambia, and Zimbabwe, you are you can follow the page and get information. The disclaimer I've already said, I'm simply sharing as Shelia in Korea. You can't see how I'm rolling my eyes saying this information because some people always ask me to want to know other things, but I'm always saying whatever I say is the knowledge that I have at hand. Other deep stuff, just ask direct to the KGSP. They have contact details that they put on their about section. Ask through the embassy, they have contact details. Ask through university, they have details. I'm simply Shelia in Korea. I may explain the parts that I like most and not explain the parts that you want to hear. So it's always best to ask information from relevant people, and that also helps you to avoid scammers because there are many scammers out there trying to represent some institution, they don't have any representatives. You just go to the embassy, you just go to the university. They don't have any representative to say, oh, this person is representing the Korean government scholarship. They don't have. That's why they have simply this website for you. They don't have agencies for this scholarship. You simply contact the university directly, contact the embassy directly, and avoid scammers, because scammers will personify or try other tricks and whatsoever. If you just hear anything about money, just block the contact or report the contact which is asking you about money for any scholarship. Just block them, or and even report them, because they are scammers. These scholarships, you don't pay anything to process anything. If you make inquiries, you don't pay anything. You don't pay anything. If you pay anything, you get receipt from the embassy. If you are paying direct to the embassy or paying direct to the university, you get receipt. Any other representative of whatsoever, those are just simply scammers. So beware and be careful. And another disclaimer also, there are some people who write blogs. Sometimes they overhype some scholarships, wanting you to click their link, but their information will be just so biased that you'll be like, oh my god, I feel so sorry for anyone who's going to click this link, because the level of misinformation will be just too much. So to avoid that, just use this website, studyinkorea.go.korea. If you use this website, you are safe from scammers. I don't know how to overemphasize this, but always try to avoid the bloggers. Bloggers can lie because they want people to click their links. So if anyone is going to apply for this Global Korea Scholarship in September, good luck. Yeah, and as you know, 2023 applications are done in October, November. That's when September, October, November, that's when applications for 2023 are received. So if you miss this time, if you miss it, you wait for next time. You wait for next time. So better get your scholarship certificates, your academic transcript, your documents, everything ready. Because some people, there was a time I was talking to other people who were interested in scholarships. They started telling me, I don't have my certificates, I don't have my this and my that. Korean people want things with proof. You should have supporting documents. You should have all your supporting documents ready. Verify you have your original documents. Verify you have everything before you start applying. Because if you start applying without all your supporting documents, you're simply wasting your time. Because during screening, they just check, did you put what they wanted to see? Then they see you didn't put anything. Then they just put aside and put whoever's documents are complete upfront, because you answer the questions with your documents. So if you don't put documents, they just like, okay, what is this? And then they set aside your papers. I've never been there seeing them sort papers on whatsoever, but this is my simple word of advice. By common sense, if they ask you to provide all your certificates from high school to university, you skip to put your certificates for high school, you skip for your undergraduate, you just put for your degree only, like your bachelor's degree. How are they going to assess if you are really a student, or have you ever completed even the middle school? They want to see that. So that's all I can say. How many minutes did I do the live? 24 minutes. Anyway, I'll do talk up to 30 minutes. So apart from this Korea government scholarship, because you have seen that they say according to their budget, they may not take people from all countries. They may not take number of people, like their ratios of number of people. You see what they say. Thank you for the likes. They say 220 undergraduate students and 1,080 graduate students, depending on their budget, right? So yeah, this scholarship is kind of really, it's very competitive. That's the word. Like, just imagine everyone wanting to get the best. That's how tough it is. So my other advice is you can also try university scholarships. And for university scholarships, these are very beneficial for graduate students, according to my experience. They are beneficial for graduate students. See, graduate students, full tuition, sometimes 80%. Graduate students in international relations, sometimes they just specify according to university type. So type A, type B, it's just so many of them. Type A or type B, sometimes they give percent discount for those who are really financially stable and they can support themselves, or they can get some other grants from workplace or from other sources. Yeah, there are many of those tuition exemption um, universities, but mostly these days, if you're an international student at some institution, depending on your major, in engineering, mostly you get full tuition waiver, and then you can get allowance through your research. So that kind of scholarship is always available 24/7 as long you identify a professor. How do you identify a professor? You go to the university websites, check the ongoing projects within your department, and then identify a topic you want to work on. You will see a potential supervisor there and send emails. Then if the professor say he wants to work with you, then he can advise you when to apply, and he can even offer you some kind of contract to say, I will support you to this extent. You will give a declaration of financial support, like to explain to what extent is he going to support you financially. So once you get that one, then that financial statement will determine if the embassy will ask you for further bank statements, or they just simply give you the visa using that information. In my case, I was so lucky that my professor was fully sponsoring me, and he was also, the university was offering me full tuition, and I didn't show any other bank statements for other supporting funds. Never. I never showed that. I never showed that information. But that was back then in 2011 up to 2019. But now things changed. Sometimes they say even if you have a full tuition, even if you have an allowance statement of financial support from professor, they still want to see if you have other funds in your backup plan. So those were some of the information that was just going in and out, because some people were saying they are failing to get the visa because they want to see the financial statement, like bank statement of some kind of money. I can't expose the amount of money because these figures change and it depends on your scenario, and I don't want to misinform people. So if you have questions, you can inbox me on my Facebook. You can inbox on the page Facebook. You can inbox me on the Instagram. And I always try to respond to questions. But if you just say hi, If you just say hi and not say whatever you want to say, I don't reply to hi messages, good people. A hi message without nothing is just simply as a lost message. So I don't respond to hi message. Yes, yes, yeah. Hi Rita, yes. For financial statement, yes. If you get scholarship with 100% tuition waiver, and your research you are going to work on fully declares that it will give you certain amount of money which is within the required amount of money set up by the, can I say, the immigration office, to say that's the legal amount of money that someone can sustain their everyday life. If it's approved that whatever amount you're going to be supported with is enough, then you are okay. But in some cases, maybe you get $500 from your research. They will say your money is not enough. You need to prove again how much extra do you have. So yeah, those are things that you have to see from the early days you are applying. Yeah, once you see that that scholarship is as a limitation, you can try another type of scholarship. So I know the statement really, yes, some people were really struggling, but people always have ways of proving the financial statement. So in some cases it may not be a big deal after all. That's all I can say according to what I've been seeing around me. So I think that's what I wanted to say for tonight. I said I want to grow my page Shelia in Korea now, talk more about scholarships, life in Korea, our experiences as Black people in Korea. And the only time I have for these informative videos is Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Weekdays, I'm just like, I'm not in any mood to do anything unless maybe I make a short video and upload those shorter videos. You can find them on my YouTube channel, Shelia in Korea. And if I have time, I can also edit some videos and post on my Facebook page. So, good people, those who want to study undergraduate degree, please check out your embassies for this Korea government scholarship. September. This is the time for you to check for this scholarship. I'll put hashtags and let the video roll in the news feeds. Okay, so good luck, everyone. And I'm still researching. Whoever gave me some questions, I'm still researching. Throughout the week, I will inquire through my colleagues. I'll ask them, how did they do this? What about the other programs that they also did, medical degrees? I'll be checking institutions, and then I'll give you feedback in the comment section or inbox. Yeah, we want you all to further your studies. And I'm sure if you put effort to look for the places, I'm sure as you keep on making effort, I'm sure finally someday you actually get a chance to come and study in Korea. So it's me, Shelia in Korea. Thank you for watching. Please follow my page if you've been followed. I know some people will watch on my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I want it to grow too. Some people say they don't do Facebook at all, and some people say they don't do YouTube at all. That's why I always cross post. I'm cross posting Scholarship Plug Korea YouTube channel and Facebook page, so that whoever asks me from YouTube will get the answer. Whoever asks me from Facebook will get the answer. So good luck, good people. It's me. Now it's 9:19 p.m. We are 7 hours ahead, Zimbabwe. So check you in my next video. Ciao, ciao, good people.